evening, students. Welcome to Students Accuracy and Devansa's class. How are you? After a long time we are meeting with each other. Okay, let's start with our new topic today, and the topic is properties of triangles. In my previous video we discussed about the different types of angles. Now today we are going to discuss about different properties of angles. So it would be definitely an interesting topic to you all. I would recommend therefore not to skip the video. Please see the video from the very beginning to the end. Otherwise the different properties we will be discussing, you won't be able to see, and you will miss some of the properties. So you must see the video fully from the very beginning to the end with patience. And of course, if you like, don't forget to press the like button, as well as please share this video and subscribe. Now, why I am telling you to subscribe this channel, because only these topics are not going to be uploaded by me. There are various other topics. If you enter into my channel, you would be able to see various other videos also. Some of the topics might be utilized by you. Some of the topics would be of your interest. You can see them also. So therefore, you won't be able to see. If you are not subscribing, you won't be able to know when I'm uploading the video what topic I'm discussing on the next video. So if you subscribe, definitely some topics would be there of your own interest. So then you can open it and you can see it and you can learn it. So therefore I'm telling you to subscribe it. Of course, it is free of cost. YouTube has made this subscribing 100% free. No need of paying any single paisa. Just simply in the right hand side of the bottom of your video, you will see in red color it is written subscribe. Please just press that subscribe button, so that the next time whenever I upload a new video, you get it. And if the topic is of your own interest, you can see it. You can learn from that also. Okay? And also press the bell icon. Otherwise, that's why bell icon I'm telling you, so that you will receive my recently uploaded videos quicker than others. Therefore, I'm telling you to press the bell icon also. Okay? Now, let us start today's topic, that is properties of angles. Properties of angles. In the previous class, we discussed about types of angles. Today, properties of angles. And first property, let me write down the main topic, properties of angles. Today's topic, properties of angles. Now, first topic, first property is complementary angles. Means a pair of angles whose sum is 90 degree are called as complementary angles. Means suppose here you can see one angle and here another angle. Suppose this is 60 degree and this is 30 degree. So how much do we get? 60 degree plus 30 degree is equal to 90 degree. Hence 30 degree and 60 degree would be called as complementary angles. Okay? And it may be like this also. (25 degree). If this is 25 degree, children, how much it should be? If it has to be a complementary, then in that case it would be 65 degrees. Sir, how did you get this? Yes, good question. How did you get this 65 degree? See, we know that these two angles are complementary. If these two angles are complementary, their sum should be 90 degree. That means the sum should be 90 degree as because they are complementary, and one of the angles is 25 degree. The other angle is unknown. If we add these two angles, this angle plus 25 degree, we must get 90 degree, isn't it? So this angle is unknown to us. So let us assume that this is x. Let us assume that this is x. So then in that case, or x is equal to 90 degrees remaining in the right hand side. So there is no change. But this 25 degree goes from left hand side to right hand side. It becomes plus. It was plus, it becomes minus 25 degree, and that is equals to 5 plus 5, 10, 3 plus 6, 65 degree is the answer, and we can write down 65 degree. Okay, so what do we mean by complementary angles? Complementary angles are a pair of angles whose sum is 90 degree are called as complementary angles. Clear, students? Pause the video, note it down. I am going for the next video. Okay. Property number 2, supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Now, what are supplementary angles, student? Supplementary angles means a pair of angles whose sum is 180 degree. A pair of angles whose sum is equal to 180 degree. That means, what is this? It's a straight line. Let the point be here. Now, if we draw a ray on this line, then if we add up these two angles, suppose this is 60 degree and this is 120 degree, then see 60 degree plus 120 degree makes 180 degree. So these two angles are supplementary angles. Okay, so that means if we add two angles and if their sum is 180 degree, then those two angles would be called as supplementary angles. Okay, students? Now, same thing, let us do one sum here. Suppose this is 70 degree. Now, how much should this be? So, we don't know. Let this be x, and if these two angles are supplementary, definitely then 70 degree plus x has to be 180 degree. Why, sir? Because just now I said if they are supplementary, then the pair of angles, the sum of the pair of angles must be 180 degree as because supplementary angles. So 180 degree if we add up these two angles. Okay, now we have to find the value of x. So let x be in the left hand side and 180 as usual in the right hand side, therefore no change. But this plus 70 degree goes to that side. So plus 70 becomes minus 70 degree is equal to 110 degree. So it would be, instead of x, you will write 110 degree. What is the value of x? 110 degree. That is the answer. Okay, students. So if we are told that there is a pair of angles out of which one is known to us, and this is also told to us that the pair of angles are supplementary to each other, then if one angle is known, the other angle how to find? 180 minus that, as we have done here. This 70 degree was known to us and this angle was not known to us, and it was told that both of these angles are supplementary to each other. That means it becomes understood that their sum is 180 degree as supplementary. Therefore 70 plus x, we have assumed the unknown angle as x,
So 70 plus x becomes 180 degree as supplemented, and the value of x has to be found. So let the value of x be there in the left hand side alone. 70 go that side, plus 70 becomes minus 70. In that sense also, if you say, you can get it, and you get the value of x as 110 degree. Clear, students? So we have understood complementary, we have understood supplementary. Complementary angles and supplementary angles. Now sometimes you may confuse during examination, because in the examination hall there is a time binding, there is a little bit nervousness and strictness of the invigilator, and you are running after the marks, so there would be a bit of confusion. Sometimes it may arise. So how to overcome that confusion? What confusion? Now complementary sum will be 180 and supplementary sum will be 90. Or no. Complementary pair of angles whose sum is 90 degree, and supplementary the pair of angles whose sum is 180 degree. Means you are confused. So how to overcome such confusion? For that I am giving you a trick. A very simple, silly trick. What is that? In English alphabet, who comes first? C. Complementary starts with C. So C, or supplementary starts with S. S. English alphabet, which alphabet comes first? C or S? C. So 90 comes first or 180 comes first? 90. So C comes first, 90 comes first. C, complementary, 90 degree. Sum of the angles, 90 degree. S, supplementary, comes after. 180 also comes after 90. So, supplementary, S, sum of the angles is 180 degree. Clear, students? So, students, see, property number 3 is adjacent angles. Now, adjacent angles means two angles with same vertex, one arm common and the other arms lying on the opposite sides of the common arm. See, this I have written beforehand. Why? So that I can explain you in a different way. Means I can point out the different important, means I can highlight the important parts of this definition. See, here there are three conditions that has to be fulfilled. Then only the two angles would be called as adjacent angles. A pair of angles can be called as adjacent angles if these conditions, means three conditions I am going to mention now. Three conditions have to be fulfilled. All the three have to be fulfilled. Any one of them is missing means it's not an adjacent angle. Means the pair of angles will not be adjacent angles. Am I clear, students? So, what are the first, what are the conditions? Number one, two angles with same vertex. A. Two angles with same vertex means the two angles must have a common vertex, means a common vertex or a same vertex. Okay. Next, number B. One arm common. One arm, two angles with one common arm. With one common arm. Next, other arms lying on the opposite sides of the common arm. See, other arms on the opposite sides of the common arm. These three conditions have to be fulfilled, my dear students. Then only the pair of angles can be called as adjacent angles. Now see, let us see the diagram. With the help of the diagram, I will show you, explain you. See, this is one pair of angles, one angle, and this is another angle. That means there are two angles. Okay. Now in these two angles, what we find? This O. Suppose this is the vertex called as O. This O is the common vertex or common point where both these angles, this angle and this angle, are meeting. From this point only these two angles are formed. One O as common vertex, and this arm is in this angle, and this arm only is in this angle also. So this is a common arm. So first condition, two angles with same vertex. From this particular point O, both the angles are rising, as well as condition B with one common arm. This arm is common in this angle as well as this arm is in this angle also. Both of them have common arm. Next, the third condition, other arms on the opposite sides of the other arms, opposite sides of the common arm, other arms, this arm and this arm, they must lie. If this arm is in this side of the common arm, then this arm must be on the other side of the common arm. If this arm is this side of the common arm, so naturally the other arm must be on the opposite side of the common arm. Means this arm is in this side of the common arm, then this arm should be the other side of the common arm. So these are the three conditions that have to be fulfilled. Then only this pair of angles will be called as adjacent angles. See, for example, see this angle and this angle. See, they have a common vertex here. But do they have any common arm? This angle has got these two arms and this angle has got these two arms. They don't have any common arm. Maybe they have a common vertex, but they don't have any common arm. So these two angles are not adjacent angles. But you see, this angle is adjacent to this angle. See, they have a common arm and common vertex as well as they have a common arm. These two angles. Similarly, these two angles, they have a common vertex as well as a common arm. And the other arms are on the opposite sides of the common arm. Here also, these two angles, this is the common arm, this is the common vertex, and these two arms are on the opposite side of the common arm. This arm is this side of the common arm, and this arm is in this side of the common arm. Okay, so therefore these two angles are adjacent angles. Same thing here, this angle and this angle. They have common vertex here, common arm here, and this arm is this side of the vertex, common arm, and this arm is in this side of the common arm. So, adjacent angles are the angles that have a common vertex, that have a common arm, and the other arms on the opposite sides of the common arm. Then only they would be called as adjacent angles. Okay, adjacent angles. Clear? Chalo. Now, note it out. Pause the video, note it down. Let's move on to the next point. Next property. Now students, next is linear pair. In case of linear pair, you will say the adjacent angles whose sum is 180 are called as linear pair. See, a straight line, adjacent angles, see, common vertex, common arm, and uncommon arms are on the opposite sides of the common arm. This arm of this angle, this arm of this angle is this side of the common arm, and this arm of this angle is in opposite side of the common arm. Okay. Now, if we add them, if both these angles if we add, and if their sum is 180 degree, then only they will be called as a linear pair. So, conditions. Number A must be adjacent angles. Number B, condition number B, sum of the angles must be 180 degrees. Now, for adjacent angles, whatever conditions we have already discussed earlier, that has to be satisfied. Along with that, the sum of the angles must be 180 degree. Then only those adjacent angles, that pair of adjacent angles would be called as a linear pair. Okay, students? So, copy it down. Let's move on to the next property. Next, property 5, students. Angles on the same side of a straight line, if added, is always equal to 180 degree. Now see, straight line, this is one side of the straight line and this is the other side. That means a straight line can have only two sides. If the straight line is horizontal, then the upper side or the lower side. It cannot have right side or left side because the line is horizontal. But if the line is vertical, then it will be either having left side or right side. So let us talk about horizontal line only for our convenience. Same thing, whatever we will be talking about horizontal side, same thing will be for vertical sides, only the difference upper side to lower side. In case of horizontal lines, in case of vertical lines, it will be left hand side and right hand side. That's the only difference, otherwise the concept is same. So, angles on the same side of the straight line. See, how many angles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we add up angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 like this, however number of angles you find on the, but they are in the same side of the straight line, their sum will always be equal to 180 degree. If it is like this plus this plus this, will it be 180 degree? Would you be able to say angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equals to 180 degree? No. Why? Because these two angles are in this side of the straight line and this angle is in this side of the straight line. If you may also do like this. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose if this is not a straight line. So this is the straight line. Now if we add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will it be 180 degree? No. Why? Because if this is the straight line, then these angles are this side of the straight line and these two angles are the other side of the straight line. So their sum cannot be equal to 180 degree. As I told, angles on the same side of the straight line, angles on the same side of a straight line, if added, is always equal to 180 degree. So the angles should lie on the same side of the straight line or same side of the straight line. Same thing if it is like this. You add up these, they are all lying in the right hand side of the straight line, they will form 180 degree. Okay students, chalo, copy it down. Let's move on to the next property. Property number 6. Sum of the angles around a point is always 360 degrees. See, suppose this is the point. Suppose let us draw a straight line. You may not. Or this is the point. So this is the point and all the angles are surrounding this point. So what would be the sum of these angles all around the point? All the angles around the point will be always equal to 360 degrees. So here also, let us see. This angle plus this angle plus this angle plus this angle means all the angles around this point, their sum is always equal to 360 degrees. Okay students, how? See, here also proof. These two angles are on this side of the straight line and these two angles are on this side of the straight line. So if these two angles are on this side, their sum will be 180 degree. And these two angles are on this side of the straight line, they will be also forming 180. So 180 plus 180 makes 360 degree and that is the property. Okay students, chalo, pause the video, copy it down. Property number 7. Vertically opposite angles. Now students, here what do we mean by vertically opposite angles? Let me write down. A pair of angles facing each other at the common point where two straight lines intersect, or you can say cut each other. So two angles facing each other at the common point where two straight lines cut each other.
See, this is a straight line. This is another straight line. This is the point at which two straight lines are cutting each other or intersecting each other. At this point, two angles facing each other. This angle is facing towards this angle. So, these two angles are facing each other. So, they are called as vertically opposite angles. Now, you may say, sir, you are talking about the left side angle and right side angle. What about the upper angle and the lower angle? Yes, you are right. They are also facing each other. So, this angle is also vertically opposite to the other angle. Okay? So, here they are always equal. They means only the vertically opposite angles. This angle will not be equal to this angle, or this angle will not be equal to this angle. This angle will only be equal to this angle, and this angle only will be equal to this angle. Okay, only the vertically opposite angles will be equal. Okay, now you may say, sir, these angles are also facing each other. Would you call them as vertically opposite angles? No. They will not be called as vertically opposite angles because maybe they are having a common point. But they are not formed by two straight lines. They are not formed by two straight lines. Or you can also say like this. They are not formed by straight lines. If this was the straight line and this was the straight line, then these two angles would have been called as vertically opposite angles. Okay, students? So vertically opposite angles are the angles facing each other at the point where two straight lines cut each other or intersect each other. Okay? So now pause the video, copy it down, and we will move on to some typical problems based on these properties of angles. Copy it down. Okay, students. See, example 1, as I was talking about that specific typical sums we will be doing now. Can two angles be supplementary if both of them are, number 1, acute, number 2, obtuse, number 3, right, means acute angles, obtuse angles, right angles. Again I am explaining, reading the question. Can two angles be supplementary if both of them are acute angles? Now students, we have already discussed about the definition of acute angles, obtuse angles, right angles in my previous videos. Those who have not yet cleared their concept, please go to that video. I would recommend you please go to that video, see that, and then come to this video. Then only you will be able to understand much better. So, can two angles be supplementary? Now, see, by seeing this supplementary only, what thing comes into our mind? 180 degree, isn't it? And by seeing these acute angles on what comes into our mind? Less than 90 degree. So, two angles. So, let us, for example, let us take the shortest one, 89. Okay, two angles, both of them are acute angles. If both of them are acute angles, let us take less than 90 degree means 89 plus 89. 89 degree plus 89 degree, how much do we get? 9 plus 9, 18, 17, 178 degree. So, largest acute angle is 89. Another one also is largest we have taken, and if we add these largest also, we are getting 178. We are not getting 180 degree. So
two angles cannot be supplementary if both of them are acute angles. If both of them are acute angles. If one acute, other obtuse, then only it is possible. But both of them are acute, means see, acute angle 89, 89. Highest we have taken. We have not taken the lowest or any other angle. We have taken the highest ones so that we can reach up to 180. Still we are unable to reach 180. It is too short of 180. 178 degree we have got. So this one is not accepted. This one is not accepted. Means if two angles are acute angles, then their sum will never be 180 degree, because we have taken the largest acute angles and added two acute angles. That two are not able to reach 180. 178 they are reaching. So therefore, this is not accepted. Next, can two angles be supplementary, means 180 degree, if both of them are obtuse? Obtuse means more than 90 degree. So lowest 91 plus 91, let us take 91 plus 91. Supplementary means our sum should be 180 degree. Supplementary, we have to make, anyhow our target is to make these two angles, obtuse angles, 180 degree. Then only they will be supplementary. So we have taken the lowest ones. 91 plus 91 is 182. They are exceeding 180 degree. So they are not supplementary. Because supplementary means this has to be dot 180. Neither one less nor one more. Has to be dot 180 degree. So here in case of acute angles also we saw it was too short of 180. Here we are seeing two more of 180. So neither of them are accepted. Okay. But if we see that the third part, can two angles be 180 or can two angles be supplementary? If both of them are right angles, means 90 plus 90, 90 plus 90, yes, we can see 180 degree. Yes, two angles can be supplementary if both of them are right angles, so it would be accepted. Right angles, if two angles are right angles, means equal to 90 degree, means 90 plus 90, then only the two angles can be called as supplementary. But from here, what we can see, one should be less than 90 degree, suppose 80 degree, and the other one should be more than 90 degree, then only it will be 180 degree. Or both of them should be right angles, then only it will be 180 degree. So from here, students, what do we learn? In order to get supplementary angles, one angle has to be acute, the other one has to be obtuse. Vice versa, means one angle has to be obtuse, the other will be acute, or both the angles must be right angles. Then only their sum will be 180 degree, and then only they will be supplementary angles. Clear? Pause it and copy it down. Let's move on to the next example. Now see students, next example, example 2. Find two supplementary angles. Finished. Here only we get one information. That means two angles required and both of them should be supplementary. That means the sum should be 180 degree. The sum should be 180 degree. The measure of the larger angle is, as I told, the one will be larger, means above 90, and the other one will be smaller, means acute angle. So larger is 36 degree more than the smaller. So let us assume solution. Let the smaller angle be x. The smaller we are assuming to be as x, and the larger is 36 degree more. So x plus 36 degree. This is the larger one, 36 degree more, and this is the smaller one. They are supplementary, means they, if they are added, we get 180 degree. So, or x plus, open the first bracket, plus x is equal to 180 degree, or x plus x is 2x is equal to, let h be this side and 36 go that side, 180 remains this side only, so no change for 180 degree, but plus 36 moves from this side to this side, so it becomes minus 36 degree, or 2x is equal to 6 plus 4, 10, 4 plus 4, 8, 1, or x is equal to 144, 2 was multiplied this side, it becomes divided, equals to 2 sevens are 14, 2 twos are 4, 72 degree. So therefore, what is x? What we assumed? Let the smaller angle be x. So therefore, the smaller angle is equal to x is equal to 72 degree, and the larger angle is equal to x plus 36 degree. They have told larger angle is 36 degree more than the smaller, so 36 degree more, so x means 72 degree plus 36 degree, that comes to 108 degree. Okay, 6 plus 2 10, 6 plus 2 8, 3 plus 7 10. This is the answer. Now students, sitting in the examination hall only we can understand whether we have done this sum correctly or not. Yes, you have got it correct. Add up these two angles. How much should be the sum? 180 degree, because they are supplementary to each other, that is already told. So, see, 2 plus 8, 10, carry 1, 8. 180 we have got, so we have done correctly. You can come out of the examination hall and shout, yeah, I have done correctly. I have done the sum correct. Okay. So, pause the video and copy it down. Okay, students. Example 3. See, find the angle which is equal to its supplement. Okay, we are coming to this example after I explain you something more. See, what is that? Now, if I ask you, can you please tell me what is the supplement of 70 degree? How to get it? We already know. Simple. Sir, 180 minus 70 is equal to 110 degree. So supplement of 70 degree is 110 degree. How to get it? Just simply the supplement of what angle is asked, that angle you subtract from 180 degree, because supplement means 180 degree. Sum of the two angles should be 180 degree. So from 180, if you subtract the angle, you will get the supplement of that angle. Okay, so if it is x, what will be the supplement of x? Obviously 180 degree minus x. And that only they are telling, find the angle which is equal to its supplement. So, solution, let the angle be x. Okay, students? Therefore, ax means this angle is equal to its supplement. What is its supplement? 180 degree minus x. Okay, students? So, or let this x comes this side. So this x is already here, so no change. This x minus x comes this side and becomes plus x is equal to 180 degree, or 2x is equal to 180 degree, or x is equal to 180 degree. It was multiplied this side, so it becomes division this side and becomes 90 degree. So now let's move on to the example 1. There what we saw, that if two angles are right angles, then they can be supplemented. So, if one angle is 90 degrees, see, find the angle which is equal to its supplement. So, what is the supplement of 90? 90. How to get 180 minus 90? 90. Got it, students? So, find the angle which is equal to, now let the angle be x. So, x value we got, and that is the answer. Okay, students? Pause it and copy it down. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, students. See, we are asked to find the value of x. Find x. This is given to us. Now see, what do we find here? These two angles. Which property? Sir, two properties. Huh? Yes. These two are linear pairs. One property. Why? Adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. Their sum is 180 degree because both of them lie in the same side of this straight line. This is the straight line. They lie in the same side. So their sum will be 180 degree. And their adjacent angles having common vertex, common arm, other arm this side, the other arm this side of the common arm, opposite sides. So they form 180 degree, they lie on the straight line, so they will be called as linear pair. Okay, so we know 2x plus 10 degree plus 3x plus 20 degree is equal to 180 degree. Why? Since this reason you must write down, students, make it a good habit of writing the reasons in the right hand side, because most of the school teachers, they tell you to write down the reasons. Okay, so in order to know that really you have understood or not. So why? Because linear here. So, or 2x, let the x be this side, 3x is a 10 plus 20 is 30. So 180 degree minus plus 10 plus 20 plus 30 in the left hand side, it goes that side, it becomes minus 30. Or 5x is equal to 150 degree, or x is equal to what? 150 degree. It was multiplied, 5 was multiplied in the left hand side, it goes to the right hand side, becomes divide, equals to 5 3s are 15, 0, 30 degree. We were asked to find the value of x and we got the value of x as 30 degree. This is the answer. Now suppose if this question is continued and extended, and if they are told, suppose this is A, O, B, C. If suppose they say find angle AOC and angle BOC, then in that case, my dear students, this would not have been the answer. Then you would extend the solution. Now angle AOC is equal to 2x plus 10 degree is equal to 2 into 30 degree in place of x. 2 into x, so 2 into 30 degree plus 10 degree is equal to 60 degree plus 10 degree is equal to 70 degree. Okay, and then angle BOC EOC is equal to 3x plus 20 degree is equal to 3 into, in place of x you are writing 30 degree plus 20 degree, 90 degree plus 20 degree is equal to 110 degree. Like this also, if you add up, you are getting 180 degrees. So here also you can understand, for your own checking purpose also you can do. If the question doesn't ask also, if you do it by yourself, in this way you can check up whether you have done the sum correctly or not in the examination hall, and you can come out confidently from your examination hall. Yes, you have done. Okay, chalo. Copy done. Pause the video, copy done. Okay, students, see. Example 5, we are again asked to find the value of x. Very simple. All these three lines are lying on the straight line, and that too on the same side of the straight line. So, if the angles on the same side of the straight line, if they are added, it becomes 180 degree. Okay. So, you will say, we know 65 degree plus x plus 70 degree is equal to 180 degree. You will say, since angles on the same side of the straight line, okay, or 135x plus 135 degree is equal to 180 degree. 65 plus 70, 135, or x is equal to 180 degree minus 135 degree, because this plus 135 is going that side, it becomes minus 135, or x is equal to 45 degree. 5 plus 5, 10, carry 1, 4 plus 4, 8, 1. Okay, students, see, we are again here asked to find the value of x. Same thing we have done already. Angles, sum of all the angles around a point. See, this is an angle, this is an angle, this is an, they are around this point. So, the sum of all the angles around a particular point is always 360. Sum of all the angles around a particular point is always equals to 360 degree. We know. So, you will say we know. (100 plus 56 degree plus 74 degree plus x is equal to 360 degree. Since sum of, no need of writing, sum of angles around a point. Okay? So 4 plus 6, 10, carry 1, 8, 13, carry 1, 230 degree plus x is equal to 360 degree. 60, 130, 230, or this 230 goes that side, x remains alone, is equal to 360. It remains this side only, no change. Plus 230 goes that side, minus 230. Or x is equal to 130 degree. This is answer. Find x, we got the value of x. Okay, students, I hope you have understood this. You liked it. If you have understood, definitely you have liked it. And a thumbs up to banta hai if you have liked it. Please share this video with your friends. Let them also learn about these properties of angles. Okay? And please don't forget to subscribe my channel, Dhiman Sir's Class. Okay? So let's wait for the next video. See you for the next video. Good night.